What's going on, everybody? This is Elazar with Homelynq. Man, look, I'm excited because we have Art, man. Art is our event specialist. I'm going to use that word
Ooh, I like
specialist.
that.
It makes it a lot better, man, because what Art does is he grabs everybody together and creates one of the most phenomenal events we will ever experience every single month. And every single month, it actually gets better. So we're going to dive deep into the mind and heart of Art, right? No wordplay. But we're going to get a little bit more insight on what's to come, how to connect, the importance of networking. So, Art, thanks for joining me, man.
Hey, good to be here, man.
Yes, sir.
Good to be here. I like that word specialist. You know, bringing events into our ecosystem is incredibly important. And what can I say? I'm just happy to be a part of it with Homelynq. The title's event director, but I like, how about wizard or something like that? That's even better, right? So what do you want to talk about today?
Man, well, first of all, this is history in the making. This is the first podcast in the room.
No way.
Yeah,
The very
first one ever.
Oh my gosh.
Season 1, episode 1, we're here.
Hey, so we're going to set the bar.
We're going to set the bar and we're going to set it high.
It only gets better from here, folks. Thank God, right? So, well, that's great. Yeah, I'm excited to be a part of it too, because Homelynq is really set to do some. It's already doing spectacular things, as you know, but it's positioned to do some incredible things. Do you want to dive into the event itself?
Tell us a little bit about your background. We want to know who you are a little bit, and then tell us about the plans that you got for the upcoming events.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So my background is, well, it's a long story, but I came out of the music industry, let's say. It's like that's where I cut my teeth on events, and I was an instructor, a teacher, a performer, and those kinds of things. And I really got into the educational part. I was actually teaching ukulele for a while.
What?
Yeah. It started out as a device to help my father get through his chemotherapy when he was recovering in Hawaii. And because he knew I played guitar, he bought a ukulele for me so he could have somebody to play with. And trying to truncate this story, it turns out there's this huge underground of ukulele players all over the place. This was in Southern California. So I got involved with that. It was a lot of fun because it's really easy to play. I think all of us love music, right? We all have a yearning to play as well.
Yes, sir.
And so I got into that in a big way. And that's when I started leading groups, performing, teaching. My favorite part, and you know me well enough now, is like I just love it's all about connection, right? Connection.
Yeah.
Bringing people together to do wonderful things. So I was creating student ensembles, and it was really challenging on one hand, because how do you take someone who just picked up the instrument yesterday, and then you've got the virtuoso over here that's, joining because he likes to play with people, or she, or whatever. And how do you make that all work together?
Yeah.
So it was orchestrating the whole thing, find like, okay, we got some solo parts for you, and if you can keep a beat, we can do this and that. So it was orchestrating the whole thing. And then that led into bigger, I was doing things from a small stage in a music shop, which led to festivals, which led to concerts, all kinds of things. We actually ended up performing for the Special Olympics.
Oh, really?
And things like that. Yeah, so it was a lot.
Is there a YouTube link we can find?
Huh?
Is there a YouTube link we can find with that
I'm
performance?
afraid not. This was years ago. I think a couple photos, right? It was not the Special Olympics, the events themselves. It was for the event that was announcing the host city for the Special Olympics. So it was related.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then if we fast it forward, as I became an entrepreneur and got deeper into business and coaching and these kinds of things, it just always went back to the event part, because you and I know that events are super important for our business, for everything. It's that human to human thing. Yes, it's never going to go away. I mean, deals are still made on the golf course. It's as long as there's golf, that's where the things are going to happen. So when we build our ecosystem around our personal brand and our business, the whole thing, it's like the events, the networking, the human-to-human stuff is super, super incredibly important in there. And what I love is like orchestrating that event, because you got to appeal to a particular audience. How can we keep them all happy? How can we keep them all engaged for however long it is? It's like, try doing an 8-hour program, right? It's like that can, how do we keep people awake? Is there coffee in the room? What's going on? And so orchestrating these events, there's a science to it and all of these things. But what I like to do is, and I love that Homelynq is doing this, is sprinkling in the other things that affect everything else.
Yeah.
What do I mean? Homelynq is a real estate networking and training organization.
Absolutely.
And yet, the founder and the C-suite, the owners and everything have decided it'd be a good idea because we're helping people build their own businesses and stuff. Let's add these other components. We can talk about real estate all day long, sure, and all those strategies and things. But what I love is that we are bringing the personal development side and some business educational side on top of the real estate trading,
Yes, sir.
right? And so everything affects everything else. So that's really important.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And also, like going back to events, a lot of companies grow and they build from event to an event to an event. And as long as we keep it fresh, add value, give people the opportunity to see potential in themselves and their company, right? They're going to want to continue to come. And so that's why I really love the vision behind Homelynq and the events that we got going on every single month. And it's not just once a month. Like we have weekly events here at our home offices.
Workshops. And when we say event, that can mean almost anything. Right now, this is kind of an event.
Yeah.
There's two of us in a room talking, and that's a great thing. There's not an audience, and yet there is. They're all over the camera, right?
Yeah.
So it is a big event.
And even though it's a time right now, people are watching this maybe at night. People are
5 years from now.
Yeah, they're going to come check out the first video, right? The first podcast. But events are super important.
For the whole ecosystem.
Absolutely. And so what is your vision for Homelynq events specifically, and how we're going to make it better for the different events to come?
Well, let's talk about where it is right now, because I think we kind of sketched it out, and then we'll talk about how to make it better, right? So it's what I'm bringing is the different segments of an event, the different educational portions, right? So we have the real estate portion, and we have those experts that are going to sit in there or stand there, whatever the case may be, and teach on real estate strategies and those kinds of things. And then we bring another speaker, and we're finding the experts in their space, not just anyone. And that's important because it's about quality.
Yes,
I mean, gosh, we can find anybody to come up there and talk about these things, but we want to deliver quality. So we have someone speaking on, when I say business, it could be marketing, it could be financials, it could be all those different pillars of business, because they're all important. And as we're teaching people and bringing them along in their real estate career, because yes, it's about the real estate knowledge, but you need to know how to balance a book. You need to know your best marketing strategies and things like that. And then also the personal development side, right? And that's all, I know personally, I can always find something I need to work on.
Yes.
There's an area of my life that I either, or maintain even, right? You know, it's like, gosh, I got myself to here, now I got to sustain that. So the personal development side is important too. And that's what I've crafted for the Homelynq event. So we have all of that as kind of, what would you say, the trifecta of speakers and presentations, to come across there. So that's where it is now. And it's been a real hit. I think all our events have been well attended.
Yeah.
We've got spectacular people up there. I'm always looking for the best talent. Where it's going to go from here.
Let me say this. We've had some authors come and give books away, like just adding tremendous value to the community. So if you're in the room, like you're going to receive something amazing. You're going to get some fresh insight. And these speakers are carefully picked out to make sure that we add value.
Yeah, there's a selection process for sure. And it is about bringing value, because we don't want, motivation is cool. There's a place for it. But when it's all fluff, and it's like, okay, I'm motivated, but I don't have anything to work with. I can be really excited when I leave. I'm excited when I leave a concert, for example. That was great. It was a lot of music, had a lot of fun. But what am I applying to my business? What am I applying to my life, right? So that's exactly right. We want that value to be delivered. And that comes across in many different ways. The actual education that's in the room, plus the motivation on top of it, tools, resources, things that are actionable that you can either take home or you can access from home to continue to use that as applied to your business or your progress or your self-development or whatever it may be.
Let's not forget about the giveaways. We gave all the
giveaways. Yes. Hey, we like free stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And those are valuable too.
Yes.
Right. We decided we're not just going to give away, a can of tennis balls for the sake of giving away can of tennis balls. maybe that's a bad example, but yeah, the giveaways are important.
Yeah.
And this is interesting because what we're talking about now, when we're constructing an event or pleasing our audience, it's called customer delight, right? In our businesses, we want to add, it's the sprinkles on the cupcake, it's those things. I'm sure you can think of like Chinese food restaurants. They don't have to give you a fortune cookie, right? Nobody asked for a fortune cookie, but that's a customer delight that's just added on there to make the experience memorable. It's a little something extra, like, wasn't that nice? They went out of their way to give me a cookie with a nice little message inside. And we know it's kind of fun these days. It's almost become tradition, and it's a neat thing. And I'm sure if we could come up with all kinds of other examples of businesses, I don't know, restaurants, experiences where they give you that little extra something. And that's what we're bringing to this as well, is bringing, for example, free headshots, right?
Oh, yeah.
Doing free headshots as this next event. So there's things like that, the giveaways. You could, we gave the whole audience books at the last one. Yeah, if I remember right. Yeah, the last one, yeah. The CEO said, hey, everybody needs it. No, it's the one before. Anyway, I'm getting the cadence mixed up a little bit. But yeah, so literally delivering value. I mean, and it's worth it. I mean, it's member facing, but I love the fact that we've opened this up to the public too.
Oh, yeah.
So even if you don't know what Homelynq is about or anything, we invite everybody to come on down and check it out. You're going to get your $99 worth.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's the price of a good steak meal.
Yeah, yeah.
And we may not be serving steak, but we have coffee and water and these dynamites. You're going to get 3 speakers, a chance to win a prize, and all kinds of other things. So we're definitely delivering value for sure.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. So let's quickly just closing up here, talking about, okay, I want to network. I want to get in a room with people. What are some ways we can network? I know for me, sometimes it's like, I want to shake almost every hand, make eye contact, make people feel welcome. Well, maybe I say that because I'm just part of the event. I'm the corporate team, but just wanting to see like, what can we do? What should somebody do? What are top 3 things somebody should do when going to a networking event like Homelynq to get the most value from it?
I love that question. And if I was going to break down network, I love that you said pick 3 things, because I think of networking like this: before, during, and after.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if I was going to give the top 3 things, let's see. Let me think one minute. Before is preparation, right? So preparing to come into the room. How would you prepare to come to, let's say, the Homelynq event? It's like, what are you there for? When we network, we should have an end in mind. A lot of us are entrepreneurs and have multiple things going on. For example, like, am I here to sell my product? Am I here to nurture a strategic partnership? Am I here to find the next speaker for my event? Or things like that. There's a lot of things I could be after, but I think it's best that we pick one that's this specific room. And if the other ones come out, great. That's great. But coming in with one thing in mind, this is what I'm going in for. And I could talk about preparation all day, but I think that's important. It's like, know why you're there.
Absolutely.
Know why you're there.
Yes, sir.
And on top of that, this isn't one of the 3 things, but I would say be of service. Come with a heart and a mind of being helpful. Yep. Of course, we want to sell our products, our services, our ideas, and things like that. But what value can you bring to the room? And the other stuff naturally falls into place. The second thing I would say for networking is you had mentioned, like, I want to talk to everybody. I want to capture this whole room. It's like, well, first of all, you could, but it's going to take you all the time. You could literally go around to 150 people, but how are you going to come across, right?
Yeah.
And what does that look like? I mean, you really literally only have a few seconds to what? Shove a card in their hand and move on to the next one? That never goes over well, so we don't want to do that. I would say that the goal at any networking event, another goal to set, so you're coming in with the end in mind, if you can leave with 3 meaningful contacts or have 3 meaningful conversations, you're doing great. You're doing great. Now, there's a whole method of, introducing and finding those things inside the room, but I would say that's a good thing. If you leave with those 3 contacts, 3 good conversations, you're doing great. And then the third thing, of course, is the follow-up. I could say a lot about follow-up, but definitely follow up within the first 24 hours. Did you know that it usually takes 11 touches for us to be remembered by someone? 11.
11.
And yes, 11. And usually, if we're not salespeople, we feel like we're being a little pushy, right? Feel like we're being a little annoying, or like I'm bugging this guy. I've called him 3 times. I've reached out 3 times since the networking event, and but there's a way to do that. Of course, you don't just call them all day long every day and things like that. But set it in your mind. It takes about 11 times to become memorable and remembered. So before, during, and after, know why you're there. Have 3 meaningful conversations and follow up with those 3 people right away.
Man, that's beautiful. That's value all in its own.
Hey.
So I want to encourage everybody to look. I just want to thank Art for joining us. It's not the last time we're going to see him. He might be interviewing some people as well, but follow our Instagram, follow all our socials, our TikTok. I mean, we're going to be adding a lot of value to the social media world, and get ready because Homelynq is coming. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the next episode.